gonna lie. Did I put your engagement video in my manifestation folder?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Third Party. We're your hosts. I'm Sydney.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Samantha.
And we have a special guest today, Imani.
Hi.
If you haven't seen her on TikTok, you're missing out. So today we're just going to learn all about her. She just recently moved to New York. So we have a lot of ground to cover.
Oh my God, I'm excited. I was telling them this is my first podcast I've ever been on. So I have no clue what to expect, but I'm excited.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't worry.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
We're new to the game too.
Yeah,
So
it's basically our first podcast. Let's be real.
Okay, cool.
Right.
And also, just wanted to say, welcome to New York, Imani. You're
Thank
the first
you.
person that I could even say that to.
I know.
Thank
we
you.
just moved in ourselves.
Thank you. I literally love it so much so far. I'm like so happy I moved. So happy I moved. Like, I feel like I've wanted to move here for so long and I kind of put it off. And now that I've made the change and like actually moved, I'm like, this was the right decision. So
Okay, that's so good.
Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. Well, would you want to just do a brief overview of who you are?
Yeah.
People might be unfamiliar, and then we'll get into it.
Yep. So my name is Amani. I just moved to New York, as we just talked about. I just started a TikTok channel, I would say probably 2-ish years ago. And it's something I love doing. TikTok is not like my full career, though. I am a lawyer, and I do TikTok kind of just like as something I just enjoy on the side, to take my mind off things and just to like interact with people. So it's been a really fun thing that I've been involved with. Yeah, I just got engaged. I'm planning a wedding. My fiance moved here with me from DC to New York. So yeah, I have a lot of basically like random things going on.
Okay, well, first of all, congratulations. I feel like a
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
With a
Yeah.
round of applause.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you.
And also, you and your fiance are so cute. I watch
That's what I
your
was gonna say.
TikToks.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't even say couple goals because I think it's cringy, but you
God.
guys are goals. Like,
Oh my
actually.
God.
I agree. We
Yeah.
love when he's featured.
Oh my God. You guys are so cute. When I told him I was coming here, he literally asked me, he's like, can I come with you? And I'm like, no, this is not for you. And I'm like, they would have said if they wanted you to join Austin. But I really appreciate it. He like talks a big game, I feel like, on TikTok, being like, Amani doesn't include me in her TikToks. But guys, if you were like at the apartment, I'm constantly being like, let's make a TikTok. And he's like, no, I don't feel like it. So I'm like, we can never have a joint account because he never wants to create content. So if it was up to both of us, like there would be no videos. But I do love when he's on there, and I feel like he creates like a funny side to the TikTok. And he always jokes because like I really never go on live unless he's on there because I feel like I cannot hold an hour conversation on live without both of us on. But he really enjoys TikTok too, so it's been nice having him on there. But it is not a joint account.
I'm not going to lie. I get the, I don't feel like it thing.
Me
a lot.
too. Same.
Because my sisters will always be like, Samantha, do you want to make a TikTok, all three of us? I'll be like, no.
I know. I honestly respect people who are able to push out content
Same,
consistently,
me
which is
too.
something I'm trying to get better at because
Yeah.
once someone whips out the camera, I'm gone. Like, I'm the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Like, it gets tiring.
Especially if the hair's not done
Right.
and the skin's not right. Like, I'm like, this is a video. This isn't a phone.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I completely agree. I feel like when I first made TikTok, I didn't make that many videos like every day. And I feel like it was because I was like, I felt like I was like, TikTok was new to everyone. So I feel like I felt like it was like on Instagram. Like I had to show my best self. And like, I was like, my hair's not done. My makeup's not done. I'm not going to make a TikTok video. But now like seeing other people just film whatever, I've started doing it. And it's honestly, I feel like it's helped me grow. And it's also made me be able to post more because unless I'm like going into the office or it's the weekend, I'm not really like done up. So it's nice to be able to kind of post whenever. But I completely agree. It can also just be hard to like want to make content. There are so many days I'm like, I just don't feel like filming anything. I think my collections thing of like all the drafts I have saved that I want to do and I just never end up filming them is like over 100.
Sounds so funny.
If you were going to narrow down like your TikTok niche in a way, how would you describe or explain it to people?
That is a great question, and I wish I knew. I say like I say lifestyle, but I say lifestyle just because like I post about my life. Not I feel like when I think of lifestyle, I think of people doing like interior decorating or like showing like designs and stuff. But I guess like lifestyle, like an everyday in my life, and a lot of random voiceovers and outfit of the days.
Yeah, honestly, that's how I would describe your page too.
Okay.
And I also just wanted to know, like, when did you first notice that you started growing too?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. I still like sometimes it still surprises me that people like to like feel like I'm growing because I feel like I still have so much to grow. It's always so nice and people are like, oh my God, you like have a lot of followers, but I'm like, oh my God, I want more followers. But I do, it is nice like though to look back at, and I have to like look back and be like, you've honestly grown the page so much than when you first started, and realize that. And it's also really hard to grow on those platforms. I feel like I started realizing I was growing the platform. I don't know. I feel like every time I hit like a 10K mark, like when it was 10K, I was like, oh, whoa, this is like getting big. And then it was like 20K, I was like, oh, whoa, this is doubled. And then 30K, it's, like I feel like every 10K mark is a good kind of measurement to be like, all right, this is growing. This is good. Let's keep up the content.
Mm-hmm. That makes
Yeah.
sense. And I think that's something we also think of too.
Right.
Like, honestly, putting out podcasts and doing it all on your own, like, you always wonder, like, who's watching me? Like, who's listening to this stuff? But
Yeah.
even the random coworker who says, oh, I watched your podcast.
Yeah.
I think you have that on a bigger scale. So that's super exciting within itself. So congrats on that. And just
Thank
being able to like
you.
put stuff out there.
Nice.
Has anyone ever recognized you before? Like, when
Yes.
you've been
I
around?
bet DC especially too.
Yeah.
I used to keep a list. It's so embarrassing. I used to
No,
keep a
I'm here
list on
for
my
that.
phone of any time someone came up to me.
Yes.
I would say like literally over 20 people have come up to me, which
Oh, whoa,
blows my
okay.
mind because I feel like there are people with so many more followers, and I'm just like, how do you recognize me from TikTok? But it has happened. It happened a lot more though, like you said, in DC. I feel like it was easier to grow in DC because there's not as many big influencers, I feel like, in DC as compared to New York. But it has happened a couple of times, and every time I'm like, this is crazy.
Honestly, I think it's because you're like so important to your niche, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So you
Right.
feel approachable. It's like easy to come up to you. You're a nice person.
I appreciate
So
that.
of course, like I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more intimidating or even difficult to grow if you have such like a broad type of
Yeah.
content style. Or
Yeah.
like I don't know, like I personally wouldn't go up to like a gamer or someone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you've really cultivated a community out of your
Same.
followers. And I think that's really respectable too. And something that's super exciting. Like even engaging with the comments. Like they know what's going on. They're investing in your life.
Exactly.
So I think anyone like on the streets would feel willing to like come up and talk to you
Yeah.
just to kind of see what's up.
I
I
appreciate
always see
it.
your comments too where someone says like, where's Austin?
Oh,
Yeah,
same.
same.
Half the time I'll
Austin.
post and I'm just like, you guys only want to see Austin. Like no one even cares about what I post. But no, that is true. I really try to reply. Like I make an effort to try to reply to every single comment,
okay.
and at least like every other week, like do a video reply to comments, because I feel like it makes people just know like, hey, I saw this. So yeah, I do pay attention to that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, it can be a little bit not annoying, but it can be a little sad if you're like leaving comments and stuff and they're like, they don't care.
Oh no, I
know.
care. I read every single comment I get, and even like on when I like do lives and people like the same people join, I always like say their name, like their username.
so
I'm like,
nice.
oh my god, you're
Nice.
on here. Like I really notice that stuff, and it means so much to me. So I always
Yeah.
like tell people like, thank you so much for following, thank you so much for being on the live. Because you could be doing like literally anything and you're here. So
Right. I stay spamming my favorite creators like
Same.
lies. Like,
Me
I know you
too.
saw my
They
controversial
never
comment. You
answer.
better respond. They never answer.
Right.
It's so annoying. Even
No,
though I
that's
mean,
annoying.
like, as on
It
the
is
other side,
annoying.
you might not either. But diving more into influencing as a whole, I'm interested because I feel like TikTok really does have like different sides to it. And I feel
Yeah.
like the Black influencer or Black woman creator,
Or
like,
you're on the black girl luxury
yeah,
side
Black
of
girl
Yeah.
luxury is
TikTok.
where I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know, have you seen any sort of community through that? Or do you feel like it, I don't want to say like the idea puts you in a box, or how do you feel about just being a creator, a Black creator especially? Do you think it's a little more difficult? I think there's a lot of different ways to kind of like discuss that, but
yeah,
just
no.
love to hear your experience.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I definitely think it is more difficult. It's more difficult because my content isn't pushed out to as many people. And I mean, you can ask other Black creators. I feel like so many videos have been made about this. As a Black creator, your videos are not pushed out as much on TikTok. They kind of limit who's seeing your videos. And usually it's the people who only look like you. So it does make it really hard to grow. The only time I usually have like a huge burst of like different type of followers is when I have like a super viral video.
Mhm.
But other than that, that doesn't usually happen, like as far as just like my video being pushed out to other types of people. So it has been harder to grow. I will say that. As far as a community, I haven't made, like I have TikTok friends and like people who like we comment, we follow each other. I haven't had like any TikTok meetups like with friends.
Yeah.
Now that but I think it was also because I just moved here. So a lot of the creators that we followed each other lived in New York. So I wasn't physically here. So now that I'm here, who knows, maybe. Yeah, I know. I need to like put myself out there. I feel like now that I'm settled down, I need to actually like get in contact with the followers, the creators that I follow, and plan something.
I could talk about pushing out like videos in the algorithm all day. Like
Really?
that, yes, it irks me. Especially because I used to like study like different algorithmic changes for my like school and classes and stuff. And when I say it is so difficult and it's so purposefully done. So I understand how difficult it can be or frustrating to like keep going when you're like, no one's gonna see this. Even though for you, a lot of people do see it.
Yeah.
But I also think that a plus side to it is that niche of like, especially young Black women that follow you, it really appreciate
Yeah, it's
it.
needed.
And
I
they
really
like to see that type of representation in a way that's positive because we don't get it in the media. Let's be
Yeah.
real. So I feel like in a way we like make our own reality TV shows that isn't like, Bad Girls Club.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
That's so
Yeah.
So this is so like I know for me TikTok like completely helps like how I like see my body, for example, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how like I would look in this dress because I don't know if my skin tone would look in this
Same.
dress.
Yeah, no.
And I realize how much I haven't shopped off of people that look like me, or even just like inspirational things. Like I'm not gonna lie, did I put your engagement video in my manifestation folder?
Yes, I was
Yes, I did. I have different folders on TikTok. I was like, well, it's going right in there.
I'm gonna do that too.
I
I'm
love
folder.
that.
I put it right in. I was like, wait, I want a ring.
Oh my god, I love that. But I mean, that is really true. And like the algorithm is so confusing. I feel like no one knows how it works. It's like some random secret formula. And I feel like with even more people joining TikTok, they're making it like purposefully harder to get your content out there, which is unfortunate because a lot of people have a lot of great content to share and a lot of good, like great stories and personalities to share, and they're just not being shared with others. So
I agree.
I know some of my favorite TikTokers have like 300 followers on one of
Right.
them. Like,
yeah,
I don't even
those are some of the
Exactly.
best accounts.
Yeah.
Like those are literally some of the best accounts.
And I'm like, they deserve so much more,
Yeah.
honestly. And it's crazy because obviously I see like other people growing so quickly
Overnight,
too.
yeah,
Overnight.
And the
But-
sponsorships, all of a sudden that Gmail turns into an
Right.
ad agency.
Yes, that's something management.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely think that you have harvested like a great community too. And it seems like everyone really knows like what's going on in your life and like keeps up with all
Yeah.
of your different updates.
Yeah, I definitely try to keep everyone up to date. I've started doing this thing called like 3 life updates where I try to do it like once a week. I've been so bad. I don't know if I did one this week, but I try to do it usually on Monday and just say like 3 things going on with my life. And then it's always fun when I go on live because people are like, hey, how was that? Or like, how was this? And I'm like, okay, people are actually watching
Yeah,
the
they're
life
invested.
updates. So I think that's a great way to just share with my followers what's going on. Because sometimes, I mean, just doing voiceovers and just doing like trends, though they can get pushed out further, but no one really knows like who you are and
Right.
like what's going on with your life, I've realized.
Yeah.
Well, moving on kind of from TikTok to like the more, I feel like on TikTok, I always see the debate between like, oh, 9 to 5 or working, like what's harder or like what's more valuable, whatever. But you're one of the people who does both. So I kind of like to hear more about what you do in your 9 to 5. So you said you're a lawyer, and what type of law?
Yeah, so I'm a lawyer. I do like more of the corporate side of law. It's not like, I guess not a 9 to 5 because I'm always on the clock, but I've kind of found a way to kind of manage it. I can kind of see, like I kind of know based on the week if this week is going to be crazy, what my day-to-day is going to look like. So I try to balance that with also just having a life outside of work because I would go crazy. Like I need an outlet to hang out with my friends, to just wind down and not think about work. So that's been something that's been really important to me. But yeah, I mean, I really like my job. Obviously with any job, you're going to get stressed at times, but I've found a way, luckily, to be able to manage, I feel like, my stress at this point. So it's been nice.
That's good. Also, it's encouraging to hear someone that likes their job.
Yeah,
I don't
Right.
It is really
Yeah,
encouraging.
I don't like I feel like I've been in a space where a lot of people don't like their jobs, especially post grad. They're
Yeah.
not really into it. They haven't really found their passion. So it's nice to hear that you have it on both sides.
Yeah, I am really fortunate to like my job. I'm able to interact with people daily, which is something that's I really like. Whatever I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to be doing something where I can interact with people, help people in some type of way, and I'm able to do that. So it's been great, and I think it's so important for people to find something that they really like because I'm one of those people who's like life is too short, and I probably live by it like too much. But it's like if you are not enjoying what you're doing, you really have to find that thing that's gonna make you enjoy
I'm all
it.
here for that.
Yeah.
How did you know you want to be a
That's what I was
lawyer?
gonna
Yeah.
ask, too.
Yeah, I actually didn't know I wanted to be a lawyer. For the longest time, I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. And
Same.
Oh,
I did
really?
too. Yeah.
I
Until
wanted
I
to be a
got the
plastic-
bio.
Yeah, literally until
That
I
was
took
enough.
anatomy in high school. We had to watch like these videos of people doing surgeries and like cutting up like oh my god, and I had to leave the classroom every single time they put the videos on the screen. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to go to med school. Like this is too gory for me. And then I kind of just went, I like did like a debate in high school, like a mock debate, and I was like, this is cool. And then I majored in politics and I was like, I guess I'll go to law school. It kind of just flowed like that. But there was never a moment where I was like, I want to be a lawyer, like watched Legally Blonde or something. But yeah, I mean, I really liked it so far.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
that's really
It is
cool.
cool.
And for
Yeah.
people who don't know, Amani went to Vanderbilt for law school.
I-
And I went to Vanderbilt. So I kind of want to hear your take on Nashville as a city. And if you could maybe highlight like
Why the sounds? You guys not like Nashville?
I like Nashville. Samantha, do you
No.
like Nashville?
Okay. I feel like I'm about to get hate. I know everyone loves Nashville and stuff. I just feel like it feels like a very nice strip mall, but as a city. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Are you talking about like the Broadway
feel
side
like
of it, where
everything
that's
is
Yes,
that's like
like
very
that,
strip
the
mall.
Gulch. Like, I'm like, are there tall buildings? Like, there are, yes.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like country. Well, I do like country music. I don't know.
I'm good without the country influences. Like 4
I
years is
think
good.
I'm not used to seeing it around me. Like, I remember
Yeah.
when I first got off the plane to visit Sydney and someone was singing in the airport. I was like, what?
You know, they
Yeah.
have a live performer in the airport.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's so weird too, like seeing people actually wear like cowboy boots as their everyday wear.
Every day.
And then
The
like
hats.
hats. That's what I was just about to
I mean,
say.
we are
hats.
from Ohio. We've seen
I
the
know,
cowboy
that's
boots.
true.
Well, not actually, not to that extent. I would
not
go
to
to
that
school
extent.
and people would be wearing like cowboy stuff to like
And
a
it's
tail.
like
I'm
not in a fashionable
non-ironically,
way.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
It's
What
a
are we
good
doing
thing
here?
it was trending.
Yeah,
Right.
for real. That's saying the
Right.
white cowboy boots. Yeah, but are there any like hot spots you would highlight in Nashville? You
Yeah.
like
So when I went to Nashville, so I did my first year of law school at William & Mary, so I was in Virginia,
Okay,
and then
cool.
I transferred to Vanderbilt. I'm always kind of bitter because I only really had like a year there because I transferred and then COVID hit, and so I was
right.
remote for my last year of law school. But I did get to experience it for, I would say, like almost a year, and I made great friends there, but I was so nervous going for the same reasons. I was like, I feel like I don't know what this is gonna be like. I don't know if this is gonna be right for me.
Yeah.
But I honestly randomly, like, hot take, liked Nashville. I didn't like, I felt like everyone was super nice. I didn't have, luckily for me, I didn't have any bad experiences. I can't speak for everyone, but I didn't have any bad experiences. And I thought the nightlife was fun. I did get sick of Broadway though. Like I do think
yeah.
it's very,
It's kinda
that
like
gets
Vegas.
old.
you can only go to Luke so many times.
Yes,
hearing the
Luke
same-
Bryan's.
Ooh.
But my favorite place to go out in Nashville was Dirty Little Secret. Have
I
you guys
love
been there?
DLS. Yeah, that
Oh
place was
my
fun.
God.
I agree.
DLS.
Yeah, that's what they
DLS.
put
I
in
haven't even
the
called it
group
that. Is
meet.
that what it's the acronym?
Honestly,
DLS?
Vanderbilt probably just put that out there. Like,
I
they-
love that
I don't
place.
know, but I thought that place was fun. It
I
gave a
wanted
more
to go.
sophisticated vibe,
Yes.
which I kind of liked. And I guess that's the closer you'll get to like
A
others.
clubby, like,
yeah,
place in
clubby.
Nashville.
Also, I know you said you went to William and Mary, and
Yeah.
our parents are obsessed with Williamsburg. So
They are.
when I say I've
Yeah.
been to your
We
I've been
vacation
to your
there,
camp.
like-
Vacation
Oh
in
my
Yes.
God.
And I feel like I get you. Like there's nothing to do. We went to the library cafe
After
and where
day
else?
two,
Where
we're
else?
like-
The historical site.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know where you would like go out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the same thing. Like Williamsburg is very relaxing. Like so I could
Yeah.
actually see like a little staycation, vacation thing. But I was just fresh out of college and I like
Yeah.
went from like having so much fun and being with my friends and then like going to Colonial Williamsburg was just a big adjustment and I was so close to home. Like my parents were showing up every weekend. My parents came in the library one day, like, in front of everyone. I was like, I'm leaving. Like, I have to transfer. That was literally my final straw. I was like, I need space. I'm too close to home. But I mean, I think Williamsburg is nice and relaxing, but I think for like any outlet of like a social life or being in like your early 20s, 30s, like, I don't think it's the place. But I did like William and Mary. I also made great friends there, but just wasn't the location for me.
Right.
Yeah, and where'd you go for undergrad too?
Yeah, for undergrad, I went to Wake Forest.
Okay.
So I was in North Carolina in Winston-Salem. Winston-Salem is like the small. I don't even know like how big it is, but I would figure it's very small in North Carolina. But it was like the funnest time I've ever had. I miss college so much, like probably too much. I talk about it all the time. And Austin's my fiance is like, Amani, like stop, like you graduated like 4 years ago.
It's been years.
But I loved college.
Moving on to your engagement, how did you meet Austin? And I think we can also discuss like how you knew he was the one, because I feel like we're at the age like
it's gonna take probably 10 more years.
Yeah, like I don't see an engagement in my future anytime. Actually, let me not manifest that, but anytime soon.
Yeah,
I think a lot of my friends like I just don't see that happening. So when I do see like someone getting engaged or like even 2 years older than me, I'm like, wow, like shocking. So I'd love to kind of hear more about your experience with dating and then the engagement.
Yeah, I feel like for dating, I will say that if I didn't meet my fiance in college, I would probably still be single now, because so I feel like this is just like my experience is just some like random experience, because I feel like it's so normal to still be single now and to still be dating now. And sometimes I have to I'm like, just like, whoa, I'm engaged. It's just different. I feel like because we met so long ago, because we were in college, it just feels like I've known him for a really long time. And it feels like natural to get engaged at this point. But I don't think that's abnormal at all. And you have so much time, like whether it be 10 years, 15 years, whether you never get married, like it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I met Austin in college. We both went to Wake Forest. I was a year younger than him. And we met at like, I can't remember the very first time we met. We used to go to the same parties. And so we always saw each other at parties. And then I just think we like one time we just like kept talking and we exchanged numbers. And then he went to study abroad in Australia. It was really big to study abroad. I'm sure like all schools at VND and everywhere, it's like really big to study abroad. So he went to study abroad in Australia. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, we weren't talking at that point. So I was just like, oh, I guess he's not here anymore. And then when he came back, we kind of rekindled and started talking again. And then like we just started hanging out a lot. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend. And then I feel like we've just been together ever since.
That's so formal and nice. Like,
I
even
know,
the asking
nice.
is
really cute.
Like, I want to be asked to be a girl.
At least you miss the apps.
I'm not
like,
trying to be on that.
I feel like though, like it's not like, yes, it's so, I love him to death. Like he's literally my best friend. And like, I just like love being around him. But I feel like it also takes so much time to find someone like that, and also so much time to even get comfortable. Like when Austin and I first started dating, I was like so on edge all the time and like so nervous, and like it just took so long to get comfortable with him. So I feel like it's so normal to take time and to find your person, and also to just like feel that way.
I feel that, especially like I feel like me personally, I'm very stiff. I'm like,
same too. Like, how do I look eating? I don't want to breathe too heavy.
I know.
Like,
I'm like eye contact. I'm like, that's too much.
Exactly.
Right. I don't even know.
And you know, like when people stop like capitalizing the first letter in text too.
Yes,
I'm like, I'm like, oh, do I do that too?
I bet people think that's juvenile.
I know. Exactly. Yeah.
I used to overthink like every single text, I feel like, when we first started talking, and now I'm just like, we're just like whatever. But
right.
I feel like it's
room over.
Yeah. So I feel like it's just natural now, but we definitely went through those phases.
Yeah.
So
I bet that's the advice, honestly. Like just do you.
Live life.
Exactly. And see who comes along.
Literally live life, do you, see who comes along. I always tell people like when you're not looking, that's when you find the person. Just like live life. The quote of the day will be like, live life. You'll find someone probably just like out or something. Or do you guys use dating apps usually? They're terrible in New York.
They're terrible. Now listening to you, I'm like, let me delete all of this.
No, I know.
Sydney's like, let me not put energy.
I'm like, it's just bringing bad people into my life.
Have you guys gone on really bad dates?
I haven't. I can't bring myself to meet a stranger, honestly.
Okay. I went on like one or two. And honestly, it was just like me being like just observing the whole time. It was just very interesting. Like a lot of walks for no reason.
Like in New
You're
York
just like
too,
observing him the whole time, just like
yes, I know. I was going back and forth, but I was like, what am I saying? Like I wasn't even listening to myself. I was just like, what is he doing? I was like, oh, he's being weird.
Oh my gosh.
I just am a ghoster. Like someone's like, oh, like let's go here. I just want to respond. Like
You
I'm
just
doing
don't
everyone a
respond.
disservice. Let me
Yeah.
delete this app. So they've since been deleted. Someone get me on Raya though.
Right.
I've had so many referrals. Like someone put me on that app, which I also hear.
Wait, what is it?
Riot.
Riot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
like
Don't
the
go on it.
supposedly
Was it-
exclusive.
Yeah.
Was it one of those where you have to like
Celebrity.
get accepted?
Yeah.
I changed it from celebrity to influencer and
And-
rich people dating app.
That's what I
Yeah,
think too.
I agree
because
with that.
You're not
That's-
gonna
yeah.
find like
I remember when Matthew Perry was on there and
right.
Like you're
I
not
think
gonna find like
Lindsay Lohan.
actual.
Like just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. No, it's just like I'm not gonna lie. My friend like referred me to go on there, and then I got on like a year later, and I
Yeah,
forgot
right.
about it. I was like,
Almost
I'm
a
a
year
senior in college. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I'm over this now, and now I'm on it, and I swear the app will like make fun of me. Like it will show me the weirdest guys.
That
I'm
matches
sorry.
Hinge too, though.
Yes, it will show. It not even that match. Like the thing on Riot, you don't get any matches. Like I don't know how to explain it.
How does
It's-
that work?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, swiping's annoying because everyone has their own like song that matches their personality, and it's a slideshow. So everyone has
Why are you
basically
doing that out in
weird.
public?
That's
Yeah,
right.
right. Slide.
you have to
Oh,
make
God.
it's like all your best pictures. Everyone has like up to 15, so that's too many.
That's
and
way
then
too many.
you tap on it, and you have to wait for it to load. So if you have bad Wi-Fi, it's over. And it's a slideshow of where they are, them in like a Ibiza.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I
get what
I
you're
actually
saying.
hate that.
Oh, do you get like 10 a day? You have to watch them. That's it.
And
You
yeah,
can't
that's a
keep
lot of
swiping?
time.
You only get access to 8 people every 12 hours apart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so twice a day.
okay.
Is this gonna
Twice
get
a
you
day.
kicked off? I feel like I always hear the app's so exclusive. Like you can't talk about the
You know what?
details. Like
It won't
didn't do
help
anything,
me.
so
Maybe I think
right.
LinkedIn is better than Riot. Slide into someone's
Honestly.
LinkedIn. Like, it makes no difference. And also, I don't know. I just think it's trolling me. Like, I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm
Right.
seeing the weirdest guys. I'll be like, we'll send you more.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Right.
So
Like, it
true.
wants you to be upset.
I can see that. Because on
Right.
Hinge, they'll always say, well, what are your preferences? Because I'll be exiting every single profile. Just give me more of the same. Like, I just said I didn't want this. So
I
it's
know.
since been deleted.
They're terrible. I mean, I obviously haven't bet on any, but I hear them constantly from my friends who are single and in the city and just in different cities, like being like, it's just so hard to find someone on the
Right.
dating apps.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of these apps lack diversity too, and I feel like that makes it even
Oh my God.
harder. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the apps are just, I don't know. I saw like from one of our like guy friends' sides of the app, it was just like no diversity because it's specifically catered to like, I think
His
preferences, yeah.
it was so strict on it for guys, but not as strict for girls. I've
exactly.
realized.
Right.
So it's like a weird like back and forth between like the guy side and the girl
I
side.
feel like it just mirrors the real world. Like,
That's
I
what I
mean,
was gonna
yeah,
say, too.
TikTok algorithms
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Algorithm, like with dating, like just what happens in real life. So,
Exactly.
I mean, I don't want to say I met the love of my life on a dating app.
Same,
so
me
it's for the
either.
best. Like, time to just live and
Exactly.
see what happens.
right.
But did you and Austin do long distance at some point?
Yeah, we did long distance. I would say like most of our relationship.
Okay.
Like, sorry, can I cough? My allergies are absolutely terrible.
Same.
I'm like
Oh,
so
I can see
sniffly
that
all the
happening.
time. Okay, wait, let me move this closer. So yeah, we did long distance for a lot of our relationship. We did it. So he went abroad to Australia, and then I also went abroad to Spain. And so we were apart for I think like 5 months during that time. And he came to visit me when I was in Spain, which is really nice. But it was still 5 months essentially apart and in different time zones. And then he graduated a year earlier than me. Luckily, he was still in North Carolina, so it was just like an hour apart. But it was still just hard not having him like on campus like he usually was. And then for law school, I was in like Nashville, and he went to law school in North Carolina, so it was just so far apart. So moving to DC was the first time we got to just completely stop doing long distance, and it felt so good. I'm not gonna lie, there were definitely some bumps in the beginning, like moving in together. We had to get used to just like how we live. Like I had lived essentially like alone for the last like 2 years. I had my own studio in Nashville. I loved it. Like I would keep it clean and like keep things this certain way and this and that. And like moving in with him, he's just like, he's really clean, but like he just has things he does his way. And so in the beginning we bickered a lot. But now I feel like we can live together perfectly and like we both help each other out around the apartment.
Good. I feel like I remember seeing on your TikTok something about like how your parents or someone in your family was judging you guys for like living together without being married.
Yeah, so it was really hard like moving in together because my parents were really against me and my fiance moving in together because we weren't engaged at that point. We'd only been dating. And so I had to have a conversation with them and like let them know. And they didn't take it super well. But at the same time, I had like I think through every decision I make and like I knew this was the decision I wanted to make. And I also just think it's really important to live with someone before you marry them. Like I just feel like you should know how that person lives. And like Austin and I, when we first moved in, it was like I was really stressed in the beginning because it's different like living with other people. And like there's couples who it's like they live together and then they realize like this is not going to work. I think you should know that rather than like getting married and then figuring out it doesn't work. Yeah. So I think anyone should live together before they get married. But yeah, it was really hard because my parents weren't on board with us moving in. They're fine now and like literally visit us now and like helped us move. Right. But it did take a little bit of time to get over. But I just had to realize like I thought through this decision and like I'm an adult at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't have any regrets at all.
That's how our parents would be too.
Such a culture.
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna say
like,
too.
We have family friends or family members who even say, "Oh, these people could be together for 40 years, but not have arranged." Like, no, they gotta sleep in 2 different rooms. So, like,
my parents are still like that. Like when Austin and I go home for like any type of holidays, they're like, "You're in separate rooms." It's so funny. We just visited my grandma last weekend. She was in New Jersey and she's like, "Oh, you guys can sleep in the same room." She like doesn't even think about it, which is so weird because I'm like, I would think like you would even be more strict about it, but it's just everyone's just different and everyone just has their own rules. Yeah, and none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I would say the parent reaction is very relatable.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like in the media it's portrayed that all parents are super lax and like, oh, it's fine, you're an adult. But I feel like even as an adult, you still have to kind of like go up to them and present them with new life events. So yeah,
you do. And I feel like they portray it that way in the media, but like some parents, they're just lax about different things. Like my parents are very chill. Like they are very chill and like I talk to them regularly. I love my parents to death, but they're just stricter and like we just think of certain things in different ways, which is fine. But it can be a conflict, I feel like, at times that you just have to realize like you're your own person and you're not going to agree on everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's super accurate. And do you have any advice for people doing long distance, especially in college?
Yeah, I think, oh my God, the long distance is not easy. So I would say the biggest advice is just anytime you can actually make time to be with that person. And not physically, like other ways to feel like you're actually together, you should. So Austin and I would like FaceTime all the time, even if it's something small, like I'm getting ready for class, just FaceTime to feel like we were there together. We would like watch movies on Zoom together and like share a screen just to feel like in the same room, just to feel like we were actually there. And I think putting in that effort to have that quality time and like find time for each other, even though you're like so far apart, is so important.
Yeah. And did you guys know that you would continue your relationship like past college too?
Yeah, I feel like I think so. Like, I feel like we had talked about it and I feel like we had a plan. Like I knew there was going to be an end in sight. If there was no end in sight, like if I didn't know, you know, he's going to grad school for this amount of years, I'm going to law school for this amount of years. I don't know. But because I knew like there's going to be an end to this, like I only have 3 more years of school. He has like a year and a half of school. I was like, after that, we're going to move in together. But that definitely made it easier because I felt like I had a countdown and had something to look forward to in the end.
Yeah, for sure. And then do you want to speak about the proposal? Like how did it happen? Yes. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I want to speak about the proposal. I actually got proposed to in New York. So I feel like that was a sign that we needed to move here. But he like came up with this like elaborate plan for my proposal. So I have a really close friend who was Miss Virginia and she does like all the pageants and all that stuff. And she always gets invited to like events in the city. And we were always visiting the city at that time because we hadn't moved. And she had texted me we were actually already coming to New York that weekend because we were going to a music festival. And she had texted me like, hey, that weekend you're actually coming for the festival. I just got tickets to this dinner through Miss USA and I can bring another couple. It's all paid for at this Michelin star restaurant. And I was like, oh my God, this sounds amazing. And I remember asking Austin, I was like, do you want to go? And he was like, oh, sure, fine. But this was all planned. Like they drafted this text together and they had to say it was at a nice restaurant to get me to dress up. And she was like, oh my God, like celebrities always go here, like make sure to look like really good. And I was like, oh my God, okay. Like I really have to dress up. And I really had nothing to wear. And so she actually gave me a dress to wear.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then she was like, there was another couple who was supposed to be joining us. And so she was like, you know, when we were on the way to the dinner, she was like, why don't you just meet us at the other couple's hotel? We're going to have like a couple of drinks before we go to the dinner and the event. And so we showed up to the hotel and she was like, I just left a key at the door for you. Just tell them the room number and we'll buzz you up. And so I'm with Austin and we go up and I'm like, open the door and I'm like, hey, like calling her name and I don't see anyone. And then like I hear music and all of a sudden I look and I see like all these flowers and balloons. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then he like got on his knees and proposed. And then like 5 minutes later, I hear a knock on the door and I open the door and it was my little sister there.
Oh my God.
And she like surprised me. Everything was true though. Like everything was real. We really did have like this Michelin star, super nice restaurant. I go to this really nice restaurant. It just wasn't for this Miss USA event. So it worked out great. And then after he was like, let's get a drink with you and your sister. And I showed up to the bar and all of my friends were there. And so that was like really the party surprise. So yeah, it was great. It was what I wanted. I had always said I wanted something where it's like just us in the beginning.
I
did not want an audience. I didn't want to get proposed to like on like the Jumbotron and like a basketball baseball game or something. So it was what I wanted. I wanted something intimate in the beginning and then like a party celebration with my friends after. So he did a really good job.
Oh my God. Yeah, wow. That seems really well done because I always feel like some people know it's coming.
Right.
I think it was nice that this was just like a surprise.
I had no clue.
Especially like have your nails done, like wear a white dress. Like I feel like people are going to know. But yours seems really well thought out.
I know. He did. I mean, that was just the perfect way to get me to dress up. Because also I don't get my nails done like regularly every week or 2 weeks. So it was just like, I was just like, oh, we're going to New York. Like, let me get them done. And usually I would get them done when we went. So it was just... He did a really good job planning because if he would have been like too much like, yeah, make sure you dress up or like, aren't you getting your nails done? I would have been like, what is going on?
Right.
Did you pick out your ring?
So I used to send Austin pictures of my dream ring daily. I actually have a Pinterest board. I had it. I don't have it anymore.
I have one too.
Do you have one of your rings? Yeah, I had a Pinterest board of like all the rings I liked, and I just shared it with him. And so I was just like, make sure you like refresh it because I'm gonna keep having. But they were always the style. Like I always said, like I wanted a circle ring with like a skinny band, and he did exactly that. So he did really well. I think it's like. I feel like some girls get weird telling their partner what they want, but I feel like you wear your ring every day.
Right, that's so true.
You don't want them to get you a ring you don't like. Exactly. Like I feel like there's nothing wrong with being like, this is the style I like. And it honestly probably makes it easier for them because they're probably going in like, I don't know what to get.
Right.
So
I can't wait until this is my discussion.
I can't wait for you guys.
Just for me.
I feel like you're gonna contact me, like literally, you're gonna contact me like next week and be like, I met the love of New York,
we'll keep you
Amani.
updated. For sure. Have you already started wedding planning or any of that?
Yeah, so we chose our venue already. We're getting married in Miami, actually. I know we're getting married in Miami next May, so we're really excited. We're going to Miami in January to do like our food tasting and like wedding food tasting. And I'm so excited about that. But yeah, I mean, we have all the big things out of the way. I need to do like little things now, like plan, like I need to choose like makeup and hair artist and things like that. But all the big things are out of the way. And I haven't been super stressed and I don't have a wedding planner.
Okay, that's
which is
good.
I respect it.
Yeah. So like, and I also just think we had a really long engagement. We were engaged for a year and a half. So I didn't have to rush planning, which was really nice. But I will get a wedding planner as it gets closer because I don't want to be stressed. So
where in Miami are you guys getting married?
We're getting married in Coconut Grove.
Oh, okay.
How far is that from where you went?
It's
from
so
you, Miami?
close. Like literally my apartment wasn't even like a 10-minute drive from there.
Oh
So I
my
feel like
God.
I'm really familiar with that area.
Oh
Yeah, you
my
should be
God.
over there. Miami's great. I think it'll be a really fun
it'll be
wedding
really nice.
destination. And
I
kind of
know.
along the same lines, I'm on wedding TikTok. Like my feed's
Same.
trolling me, like giving me weddings all day, every day.
Yeah.
But I've come up with like a few wedding trends, which I've been seeing recently. And I
Oh
kind
my
of just want to
God.
hear your take on
Yes
these
or
things.
no?
Yeah, yes or no. Okay. Do you like matching bridal party dresses or different ones?
This is a really good question. I like matching. For a while, I was considering letting my bridesmaids do different ones, but I just think in the pictures it's gonna look too messy.
Yep.
Have you seen the clear like acrylic wedding invitations or like wedding? Okay, what's your take on that?
I love them.
Okay, see,
Love.
I've heard like mixed opinions. Some people like you can't read it. Other people like I love the simplicity.
God.
So
Yeah.
I'm really
love-
excited to see how your wedding is executed.
Love.
Evening weddings, I've seen that as a new trend too. Like people getting married like in the dark. So I kind of want to hear
I feel like you would do that, Samantha.
yeah, in the dark, like, like candlelight. So thoughts on the evening wedding? Kind of switching it up.
I think I've seen pictures of that actually. I think it looks really beautiful in pictures. Not for me though. I'm such a big person who loves sunlight. So
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Flash
I want, like,
photography.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
want like the sun beaming on me. So no.
Yes.
Right.
I hate flash for like a.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
same.
even think about
yeah, I
that
would
part.
need that nice
Yeah.
glow.
Updo or hair down?
I think it depends on the dress. I think it so depends on the dress. I feel like if you have a really high neckline, then sometimes it looks good kind of back. I think it depends on the dress. It's so hard.
Do you know what you're gonna do yet?
I actually don't. I know my mom really wants me to have my hair up. But
My
I
mom
al-
was just saying that to me
Yeah.
too.
But I like my hair down. Like I
Same.
never wear
Me
my
too.
hair
Yeah.
up unless
Never
it's like
wear
in a
my
claw
hair.
clip.
No.
Like I just like my hair in my face.
Same.
And so I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but
To
my
be
mom's probably
determined.
gonna kill me if I don't have my hair out.
I'm excited to see it. Takes on the first look. I've heard people cut that out and just enjoy the cocktail hour. What's your take so far?
My take, and we've decided, is we are not doing the first look. And the reason being is just because I have always just imagined like opening my eyes and just walking, like seeing him.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
just think I'm gonna be pissed. Like I have to miss the cocktail reception because I
Right.
want to try all this food, but I just feel like it would just take away from it. I know I'll still be so happy if we were to do first look, but I just feel like there's nothing like that first moment of seeing each other on the aisle.
And you want that authentic reaction, which I guess you'll
Right.
get with the first look, but now everyone else gets to see it too. So,
Yeah.
okay, a few more. I've also heard about like a social media host for a wedding. Like she comes in,
TikTok. I
and
saw
TikToks,
that
takes
too.
pictures,
Yeah.
like does
Yeah.
it all. So the bridal party doesn't have to do it. What are your thoughts on that? Is that a good idea? Is that a waste of money?
I think that's a really good idea. I already have like 500 TikToks I have for that I want to do for my wedding. And I was talking to my sister about this the other day because I'm like, I don't know when, like I literally am going to have to designate like an hour in my schedule because I want to do so many TikToks for my
Right.
wedding. So and I think it would be great to actually have someone who does social media or like knows how to do TikTok to do it for us. So I think that's a good idea. I'm going to say yes on that.
And you kind of answered this question. I was asking like destination wedding, destination like bachelorette party. Like I know there's like so many, there's an engagement party, then the like bachelorette party.
The
Do you think it's
rehearsal dinner.
the rehearsal dinner? Do you think
Yeah.
it's worth having all those celebrations, like enjoy the time, or cut it out? People can only go to a wedding and save them the time.
I think have as many celebrations as you
Same.
can. Like I literally want to have like 10 billion parties. Like I'm gonna have a party in like January, February for my bridal party. Like I'm doing my bachelorette trip in Cabo. Like I'm going all out. Like I feel like this is your time to live it up. And obviously not everyone's gonna be able to come to everything, but it's your time. Like celebrate as much as you can.
I agree. Okay, 4 more left. Minimal table settings, or do you like the lot of flowers?
I like minimal. I don't like things that are super busy. I like more like neutral colors, minimal.
Mm-hmm. I
And
agree
also
with that.
eating, I feel like I don't want like huge vases in people's faces
Yeah,
and things. Like I
yeah.
want people to be able to see each other across the table.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna give your DJ a no playlist? I've seen that too.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're not giving a playlist. I think we've decided we're gonna give like genres we like.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of open to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just hoping he doesn't mess up.
Yeah, he'll have to curate the vibe. I
I
kind of
know.
feel that. Like, it's a lot of pressure making the playlist, so I kind of
Yeah.
would be surprised. And then lastly, kids or no kids?
At the wedding?
Yeah.
No kids.
Right.
It literally says on my wedding website, like, it's like we have like a Q&A question, like section on the website, and it's like, are kids welcome? I'm like, no. Like, our wedding is 21 plus. And I've had some family members like contact me and be like, well, can I bring like, and I'm just like, no, like, because once you make an exception for one, you have to make it for everyone. And like, I've just seen so many videos of kids literally like crying down the aisle, and I just don't want to take any chances. So absolutely no kids.
Okay, I love to hear your takes on that.
That was so fun. Oh my God. I want more of those.
It was honestly really fun, like scrolling through like my saved wedding album on TikTok. I was like, okay, there's so many trends. I'm excited to see what it'll look like 5 years from now, like what the wedding trends are. I'm really excited to see what your wedding turns out.
I know. I'll show you guys some details after.
Okay, yeah.
Because I can't reveal everything.
Yes, right. You have to keep it secret.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited.
When you said like neutral colors, I was like, ooh, that's like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'll show you guys some stuff. The inside scoop.
Is there any closing things you just want to say? Like, I guess what would your overall thesis statement be about like what you represent online?
Okay.
Oh my God. That is such a good question. I think what I try to represent is to really just live your life and realize that life is so short and live it to the fullest without thinking about what others have to think and without letting other people put you in a box, and just have fun.
Yeah.
I honestly really like that, and I feel like it's empowering to even hear you say that.
Me too. I feel motivated.
Yeah,
inspired.
You honestly motivated me.
Oh my God, I love it. You said thesis statement. I was like, oh my God, this is so official. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but no, that's the advice I would give.
Yeah.
Also, do you want to share like all your social medias so people can find you?
Yes. So my TikTok is It's Amani 2 at TikTok. And then my Instagram is It's Imani, but without the 2. And those are my only social media platforms. Yep.
Great.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you. We love having guests, and especially it was so weird. I just saw you on my phone, and now I see you in person.
Right.
I know.
It was like,
Is anything different from on your phone? Like, did you guys imagine me like shorter, taller?
No. I didn't know what I expected your height to be, but I feel like this matches.
Same,
Like,
me too. Like, I didn't think you were super tall, but didn't think
how
you were
tall are
super
you?
short.
I'm
either.
5'4".
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
5'4".
Okay. Because when you're walking towards me, I was like, we're the same height.
Yeah, no, I made like a video one time saying random facts about me, and someone was like, I thought you were like 6 foot. And I was like, what? Like, when have I ever portrayed that I was
6 foot energy.
But okay, that's good to know.
And I feel like the way you present yourself on TikTok, like
seem tall.
No, you're like, I was gonna say you're really like true to yourself.
Yeah,
because
I
I
think
feel
it
like
matches.
meeting
You're
you in
authentic.
person.
Do I match my videos?
Exactly.
Yes, to
So
a
that's
T.
really good that you're
Yeah.
like authentically representing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means
Yeah.
so much.
I've met some people from online to real life, and it
People are
is
so
jarring.
different.
Really?
Even like
People are not the
meeting
vibe.
people for
College?
college roommates. I was gonna say that
Oh
was
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
No,
you
people
don't
can
know
be
people
so
look like.
different online than in person.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to be your true self. So people can, I mean, you want people to follow you who actually like you and like
Right.
you as a person. So I think it's really important.
She's just as wonderful as.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
love
God.
having you. I feel like
Exactly.
we now have a new big sister. We can keep
Yeah.
Seriously, I want to like
God.
exchange numbers and keep in
Yes.
contact. I'm so happy you guys had me. This, like I said, it was my first podcast. And I feel honored to be a guest on you guys' podcast.
It
I
was
had
so
so much
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it was
fun.
really fun.
Well, thanks so much for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Honestly, be sure to share it on all your socials. We
Yep.
could use it, and
Push
we would
out
appreciate it.
push out any Black creators you see online. Repost.
Yeah, support your local Black podcast. That's what I was gonna say. Okay. Well, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.